And welcome back to Let's Play Anthem, Episode 2. Play some metal. $1,950 XP. Hope that's good. I don't understand what any of that means. An entire new javelin unlocked. Or that's probably the ranger. Currently unlocked, core. Oh. Choose one of them. Let me see. Well, that's a lot of just weapons that are all the same. That's just a lot of basic loot, but it's a bit much, don't you think? What are these types of games called? Looter shooters, I believe? I think Borderlands is similar. But yeah, this is just way too much loot at once. I don't know if I can handle it, honestly. Because I've never really... I played like, what, 30 minutes of Borderlands in my life. And I guess Destiny is technically a looter shooter. But I mean, with that, you get like one item that's good, maybe. And then the rest of it's obvious trash, so... I mean, I should be getting a legendary item because I pre-ordered and did the demo and have the Legion of Dawn thing, so... There we go. Face your pilot. Call sign is visible on you and sets your pilot apart. Okay. We're not gonna spin him. I don't know. Well, not that, obviously, because I'm not black, but, I don't know, I'm not ginger. Well, none of these have really, I guess that hair color, kind of. I don't know, maybe we'll go with that? So, no. Let's see, it's the closest minus hair color. But that's not my skin color, so... Yeah, close enough. Wait, what about my call sign? You can't actually create stuff. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's what you meant. Oh, I thought it was like an icon. Oh, they're gonna stop calling... Well, they're gonna call me freelancer, of course. I mean, they call me Guardian in Destiny, so... Yes, I'm gonna talk about Destiny a lot because I really like... Well, I'm on the fence about Destiny. Well, I love Destiny, truth be told, but it's just...
Here we are, back in Fort Tarsus.
And we call ourselves freelancers still.
Frontier.
If it isn't my favorite freelancer. I hear you've been busy.
Ah, you know how it is, Zoe. Another day, another disaster averted.
What have you done this time?
Nothing. My armor's fine. Probably. I hope.
Alright then. See, because apparently a big thing... Oh no, it's you. I think maybe that's racist. It kind of looks like the guy from the demo. Which again, I have to apologize. I hope this game doesn't... I didn't notice it till I had already created and then subsequently deleted the original files. But, Huh. You're fucking kidding me. That didn't happen.
Did she make it back?
Yep, didn't happen.
Big job, yes?
Decent. An Arcanist number.
Good. Got to show people why.
Yeah, you see what I mean? You picked up on that, right? Little warble? It's warbling, right?
All readings fall within acceptable tolerances.
You gotta look past the numbers for once in your life. Something is off. The connection is a bit fuzzy.
How do you quantify fuzzy?
You don't quantify fuzzy? You don't measure it, you don't count it, it's nothing like
I mean,
that.
yeah, you can.
It's a feeling.
Everything okay here, Owen?
Yeah, well, on your last mission, I noticed that the Cypher Chair was giving off some very strange feedback.
All readings fall within acceptable tolerances.
No, it's your call, but if you ignore it and something goes wrong...
I
then,
will
you
find
know.
an Arcanist and perform a full protocol inspection on this unit.
There's nothing wrong with the chair, is there?
No.
Why are you always stirring up trouble?
What are you talking about? I've just done her a massive favor. You've got no idea how boring it is being a Fort Cypher. She does not get to work with a freelancer. She does not get to see the world through the eyes of a Javelin pilot. No. You know what she gets to do? She gets to relay official messages back and forth to ciphers at the capital day after day after day.
So we have a capital, huh?
Not everyone's cut out to be a freelancer.
So you have said. But you have to admit that last mission would have gone better with a partner.
I have a partner. You. Every good Javelin pilot needs a cipher.
That is not what I meant. Look, if I had a suit of my own, I could be out there in the field with you.
And you'd probably be dead.
Hotshot. With more training, you'll get your chance, I promise.
Fine. Not like we could afford a spare suit anyway. Job board is empty.
We'll figure something out. We always do.
Yeah. Do you ever regret missing out on the glory days? Back when freelancers were treated like heroes. Contracts would just fall into their laps. Everywhere they went, they were given respect. And free sandwiches.
Free sandwiches?
Yeah, I haven't had my lunch yet. I'm starving.
We're on a tight budget here.
Budget has room for sandwiches.
You're probably right. You know what? Why don't you head over to the forge, get your javelin tuned up, so we're ready to roll if a contract does fall into our laps.
Yes. But first, I gotta read 1001 Things. Case in point. Society freelancers. Freelancers. Independent lancers who choose to follow General Tarsus and the path of valor. Also, I did, yeah, anyways, I didn't even know that there was a, capital. Again, I think the main thing why I don't generally get disappointed in games like this is probably because I literally know almost nothing. I saw, the guy flying through the, jungle with the big loops, and then I played the demo, and that's basically all I've seen. So, of course I'm going to enjoy this game, because I literally don't have expectations. Anyways, Path of Valor, the Sans Cataclysm will enable those in need beyond the safety of the walls. And it's act that direct orders from any central organization, though there is no official code. And a perception of freelancer value is attributed to Delathes of Freelancers 3. Valor to serve the people, regardless of the situation. Courage to keep bringing silence when the anthem sings. Faith to keep my word and in the word of my brethren. Trust that the free answer when called. Strong alone, strong together. Ciphers are individuals with a sensitivity to the anthem of creation. Yep. And capable of telepathic communication, heightened mental calculation. Young people who are identified as having a unique gift to undergo Ember exposure and dedicated training to enhance their mental skills. When cipher abilities first appear, Corvus to use these individuals for covert purposes. They develop amplifier technology and create a type of institutional training center called a Satomi. The most important and advanced of these is Esterat, the premier Satomi located in Anthem. Later, the Cipher Revolution brought Ciphers expanded rights, freedom, and choose how their abilities were used. In a world of communication between settlements and the native lancers, while javelins were invented long before the Cipher phenomenon, the addition of ciphers to operations outside the walls made all lancers safer and more effective. Owen Corley is a cipher. Owen is a cipher who works out the freelancer enclave in Fort Tarsus, a town on the frontier in Bastion. Born into poverty, he was sent for cipher training at a young age when he first showed sensitivity to the anthem. So most of his life studying at Bronolin, Stomi, and Helios. Owen is an adventurer and Mr. Chimic at heart. After leaving Bronolin, he traveled for a number of years before settling down in Fort Tarsus to work with the freelancers. With the few contracts available have left him uninspired and dreaming of grander things. He longs to operate a javelin of his own. Environment. Plus, the longer I wait for this, the more I'm going to have to read. Anristar. The Predators of Bastion have adapted to a world in interesting ways. None more stunning than the Anrisor. This cave dwell is saliver. It's an electromagnetic field that can disable flashlights and destroy flares, leaving humans stumbling around in the dark. It takes a so defensive approach to stalking prey, systems by using its spiked tongue to lash out with great force from far away. Handy for taking grabbits, gaziks. In case you lost an answer by surprise, you should be so lucky. Grabbit. I will begin the guide with a short explanation of the seemingly harmless grabbit. My cousin had a pet grabbit once, and contrary to legend, it didn't steal shards and or treasure. He didn't like to dress it up like a baby and coo it in, and then I expressed a concern. She said the grabbit liked it, maybe, or maybe it just put up with my cousin because it hoped she'd die soon. Could have a nice dinner. Saurians are sweet little creatures. What? They're triangles. Literally, the skin of an adult saurian is sweet to the taste. Special treat for ursics and brutes who gobble them whenever they can. Saurian flesh is poisonous to humans. Physicians sometimes recommend licking a saurian to induce following necessary to counter exposure to toxic spores, but I can say from experience that licking saurian isn't as fun as it sounds. Pack animals have a tremendous bite, so if you're going to keep an adorable baby saurian as a pet, wear your gloves. Nothing sweeter than to a saurian than your fingers. I mean, maybe I haven't seen them. Scorpion, these six-legged killer machines, is a truly fascinating predator. Scorpions are careful not to hatch from their eggs until they sense that food's near. These creatures have highly corrosive blood and two stingers that can shoot acid at prey, making the thickest javelin armor. This acid is actually pre-digesting food for the scorpion. is willing to share a meal with her siblings, who may or may not be burrowing underground plotting a surprise attack. Tesseler. While Tessie the Tesseler is a favorite child's toy, real Tesselers are not so snuggly. Anyone getting too close to a Tesseler should prepare to be electrocuted. And by too close, I mean in the general vicinity. Most animals are smart enough to avoid the Tesseler, except, of course, Wolven, which will still try to eat them even after they've been zapped. It's terrifying if Wolven are afraid of the Tesselers, as you might feel. I won't be afraid of anything Javelin can do. I hate Wolven. Titan. A major force and a force to be reckoned with. Once a rare creature, Titans have been continuously coming out of the heart of rage past few years, and so we've gotten to know more about them than ever before. As we use by growing an offshoot, a smaller copper that just breaks off and walks away. Small doesn't mean less dangerous. If you haven't come across one, you might be lucky enough to catch him in a bad mood and see it shoot energy from his chest. What puts a Titan in a bad mood? So everything truly unforgettable. Ursix. Here's a glorious predator. Humongous and highly aggressive, the Ursix will stop at nothing to put you on the menu. And from their massive arms can turn your javelin to scrap metal, and one bite from their enormous jaws pop you out of your armor like a nut from a shell. I advise watching the Ursix from a safe height. If you're really lucky, the Ursix might boulders at you. What a sight to behold. Vestinids. See that dark cloud dancing above you? Nope, blocking the sun. That's a swarm of Vestinids, one of the deadliest insects in the world. While a single Vestinid is only the size of a fingernail, they always form part of a larger company that lives in spires. Spires are built from chewed up wood and mucus. Each spire houses an amazing complex community of workers, administrators, sentinels, undertakers, nurses, and emperor Vestinids. Since Sing has been enough to take down a Korok. Lucky for you, they only cause minimal damage to the javelin. If you would take a moment and enjoy the furious buzzing of a cloud of Vestinids. Flora. Night Vine. It looks like doesn't look like anything. Anything you want to find in the wild, a little graceful swimming for you. In general, covering light in the darkness, do not be fooled. Do not get close. Do not stand below it. It's hiding a razor-like tongue that will cut you to shreds, leaving you in ribbons on the ground. Absorb later, like my mother on holidays. It will not hesitate to give you a lashing. Shockbriar, a remarkable plant that seems to have a unique reaction to chimeric alloys. Instead of collecting chimeric energy in one place, it builds up chimeric intention. There's a mild electric shock. Various arcanists have attempted to harness Shockbriar energy, but the result, even if woven into technology, is a lasting rash for all who come into contact with it. There's a large and beautiful display of Shockbriar in Antian's Royal Conservatory. Stinkhand, otherwise known as a Quickmaw, and has become the more popular term for this hazardous plant. Spray draws close to Stinkhand and will emit a pungent cloud of acidic mist, causing the prey to rhythm pain. Especially successful are airborne creatures. Stinkhand will snatch right out of the air. The acid causes modest damage to your javelin armor, will provide quick destructive through repeated exposure. Though Stinkhand has been harvested as an ingredient in perfumes such as Fervent, black amber the plant is not allowed in most settlements. Resources. Chimeric alloy. Oh, the thing that looks like fist from Warframe. A chimeric compound is compressed with existing minerals over a long period of time. The result is a chimeric alloy. As strong or as volatile as Ember, give you a small charge when first handled. The alloy is commonly used catching household appliances, strider, consoles, oculates, light bulbs, and of course decorative paints. This is come across as can harvest for the crafting weapons or equipment. A compound. When cataclysms residue is absorbed by plants through the soil, collecting the plant as a chimeric compound. The harvesting of chimeric compound is an ancient tradition back to pre-Legion times. And the compound itself can be traded or used to make items such as... Oh, is Legion of Dawn supposed to be like what we were before, or like the very beginning of the Lancers? Anyways, and the compound itself can be traded or used to make items such as golden thread, doorknob polish, soles or shoes, and notably flavorful in grabbits too. Elements of all factions are of his... Factions? Compounds for the crafting weapons and other equipment. Salvage goods. Salvaging and recycling have been important parts of Bastion life for centuries, and someone's creative scavenging is a point of pride. Real gated Fort Tarsus is fashioned from a repurposed strider, and the moon clock of Anthem is reportedly made from the early javelin creations of Ardon Vasa. It's common to repurpose smaller parts like nuts and bolts into buttons and other fasteners. Discarded javelin parts from Alliance and Wild can be used to forge equipment and weapons. Hazards. Rip streams. A strong wind that limits the height of javelin propulsion. Rip streams can also be experienced when one leaps from a cliff. They have a vague grayness and arrive suddenly near where one started. Though arcanists have long studied the buffeting winds in our upper atmosphere, and little grainer are proof of their cause. In the early 200s, so this is probably 2200, Probably that Shapers wish to keep creatures limited in a certain area, as if remaining close to the ground was part of a larger plan. Less suspicious minds believe it's due to the size of a moon and atmospheric variables. So basically, joke, it's so that you can't go up too high. Waterfalls. There are dozens of waterfalls in Bastion. While they are beautiful, they can also be deadly. Getting caught in the undertow of a waterfall without a javelin can result in drowning. Great expansion of Fort Tarsus going over local waterfalls in a barrel result in many deaths, leading to the banning of all waterfall recreation. Those should be treated with caution. Freelancer waterfalls can be very useful. Through a waterfall, cool javelins, boosters, and elongate flight time. This helps freelancer sentinels and the lancers travel through the perilous wilderness and reach people who need much quicker. Geography. Northern Bastion. Nestled between the Sundrick Sea and the mountains, Northern Bastion is a plethora of shaper constructs and historical Legion of Dawn architecture, including the Fortress of Dawn. The population in this area really greatly since the tragic destruction of Freemark and the subsequent mass exodus, arcing a settlement of Shadowmark. Fort Tarsus, the halfway point between Anthem and the cities of Freemark and Hollius, is effectively the only settlement that remains in this area. Histories. Anthem creation. Cataclysms. Find unpredictable disturbance created when the Anthem creation overwhelms a shaper instrument. They often appear as an intense storm. While one cataclysm may create bizarre new wildlife, another may shake the ground and force rivers to flow backwards. Things are cataclysms that cannot be predicted. Echoes. Yes. Echoes of next episode, though. So, if you enjoy the city, you know what to do. See ya!